Okay, hello YouTubers, and welcome to my review of this, which is the Remembrance of the Daleks set. God knows how many we've had by this point, but yeah, this could be the last one, maybe, that we get, but regardless, I'm glad that we've got this one. So yeah, this is just come out, I think they came out last night in B&M, so yeah, I was able to pick two of these up. So yeah, I was extremely lucky there. But yeah, let's get into reviewing this. I'll put the Special Weapons Dalek to one side for now, and we'll take a look at the Imperial Dalek. Because to be honest, not a lot to say about the Imperial Dalek itself, because mostly this is the best version of the Imperial Dalek. However, it still does have its issues. So first thing, though, this is a good thing. We can see here, thankfully, the mesh has been removed from the slats around the sides. So, hooray for that. So yeah, all the mesh that was on the slats there is all gone. So, I don't know whether this is a new sculpt that they did for it, or whether it is, you know, again, just a tweak of that mold. I will say, few marks and everything around here. In fact, the quality control on these is not great, to be honest, compared to previous ones. I've noticed quite a few scratches and other things. For example, on my Special Weapons Dalek, on this one here, there seems to be, I don't know if it's like a hair or what, but there seems to be something there. I can feel it there. I thought it was a gouge in the plastic, but no, it's actually raised up slightly. That section there has been covered in the wash, and I don't know what the hell that is. And that, maybe it's a part of a brush or something like that, I don't know, but yeah, it's interesting that that's in there. And also on the eye here, you can see there's a couple of little gouges and scratches there, which, yeah, coming to the eye itself, it's using the newer eye that Alduar made for the Renegade Dalek and Supreme Dalek that came out 2 years ago now? I honestly can't remember. It might have been last year, I can't remember. But yeah, this eye is less accurate because for some reason it has an inner raised section just there. It has an extra rim inside there, which it really shouldn't do for some weird reason. And also, the pupil is teeny tiny. It is really tiny, to be honest. And in some pictures, it doesn't look like it's painted, but it is painted, but it is really teeny tiny, that pupil, where in a lot of pictures, and even this video, it looks completely silver. Now, I will say, it's a good thing that the eye is silver. Finally, you know, we got there in the end. Like, we had it black last time, and then in the first two releases we had it blue for some reason. But yeah, it's still not perfect, unfortunately, because of that rear section on the paint apps. To be honest, if he'd used the previous eye that he used in the original B&M release of this, which was the Core Hill School set, and done that in silver, because that has a larger pupil as well, I would have said fine, this is easily the definitive version of it. So yeah, it is still the definitive version of it. It is the closest that we have. Obviously, this sculpt is obviously inaccurate, and that we were never going to get an accurate sculpt of this Dalek. But finally, you know, this is an Imperial that I'd say, you know, this is the one. This is the best out of a bag bunch, shall we say. And that, I mean, I still do really like this regardless. I still do really like this and do recommend it, because some people seem to think that if I criticise something, that means I absolutely hate it. No. If I hated this thing and found nothing redeeming about it, I wouldn't have bought it. But yeah, that eye. And the thing is, I will not be repainting it, because I am not repainting irises, the pupil itself. If it was the rings, maybe I'd have a go, but the pupil is a nightmare to do. And the thing is, the sculpt, you know, it has painted the sculpt, but the pupil is way too small for this. It's a shame now. But yeah, that's the Imperial. Again, not a lot to say about it. In terms of special weapons Dalek, this one's an interesting one, to be honest, because obviously we've had 2 releases of special weapons Dalek in the past. We've had the original release, which I do own, and we obviously have the sound effects version. And the thing with those 2 releases, with the original release, the top section was better. With the original release, the top section was a bit naff, but the bottom section was decent. Whereas with the sound effects version, the top section was better, but the bottom section, you know, was way overboard with the oil effect. And unfortunately, this one is more like the sound effects one, where it's just too overboard with it, to be honest. Is way too much. And that's on there for what it is. I mean, to put this into perspective, and that's, you know, there's the actual thing, the actual prop, and yeah, this is just a bit too overboard. Also, for some reason, we don't have the wash on the gun on this one. It's gone back to being just plain black. I don't know. It seems like there's almost a hint of a wash on there, to be honest. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that it's just gone back to this, you know, plain black plastic like this. It may depend on, you know, what one you get, how much wash and that you get on them. In fact, let me have a look at the other one, actually. I might as well show the box and that one here. So, yeah, here's the box. Same as ever. That one looks pretty much the same. And that, as you can see, it's, you know, standard box with information on the back. And apologies for that scrolling. It's just because basically my lights and my camera and that are at a different shutter speed, unfortunately. And this is the best I can do to try and match them up, unfortunately. So, sorry about that. But, yeah, overall about this set, you know, there's not really a lot else to say about it. I mean, the Special Weapons Dalek, if you don't have one, this is definitely worth it for you. And that, it is a fantastic figure. Again, despite, obviously, its inaccuracies, mainly with just, obviously, its fender section here. But nevertheless, a really nice one. And in terms of, at least the wash is something I could probably do myself if I wanted to. At least, but yeah, it is a shame that it doesn't have it. But as I said, to complete the Remembrance, in fact, obviously, if we get Emperor Davros, and actually, this is actually a good colour comparison, actually, for the Imperial, which has been painted, and Emperor Davros, which hasn't, because if you remember, Emperor Davros was just moulded in the white plastic, whereas this was painted. And, yeah, you can see, actually, the Special Weapons Dalek might have been just, I don't know how that is, because they do also look slightly different when it comes to the actual, like, white. This one's more of a white, this one's, again, more of the ivory type white. The struts don't seem to be, no. But, yeah, having these 3 together now, it is great. And if you can still find, obviously, Emperor Davros as well, obviously, you should have picked him up by now, but anyway. Regardless, very nice to have all 3, and it is a set that I do highly recommend. And this could also be the last classic Daleks we maybe get for a while, who knows. But yeah, to end it on Remembrance, and finally, you know, properly complete, at least in terms of at least the B&M range, yeah, I do recommend this set.